Raise your hand if your family's ever told you a story about your family. Maybe it's a story about your grandma, maybe you're in it, just something that gets told over and over again. Why do we do that? In the age of TikTok and YouTube, what's the value of gathering in person and telling a story? As a playwright, this is something I think about a lot. And today I'm going to tell you how I took that question and turned it into a full-length original play about my family. I'll start by telling you a little bit about myself, then we'll dive into the actual writing process, and by the time we're done, you're going to understand why oral storytelling is so important. Now, a bit about me. I am Mexican American, specifically mestiza. That's just a Spanish word that means to have indigenous and Spanish ancestry. My family is from New Mexico, and we've lived on the same land through indigenous, Spanish, Mexican, and American control. And that's significant because the dominant narrative surrounding Mexican Americans is one of movement, of immigration. But my family never moved. Hundreds of thousands of people stayed, the border moved. But that story isn't really told, which is why I wanted to tell it. In writing about my people, the Mexicans who never moved, I can challenge that prevailing white narrative in which brown Spanish speakers are otherized. And so I started writing, and then immediately stopped because that kind of play requires research. My first stop was the archives at the University of New Mexico. Here I learned two things. One, New Mexican plays are filled with music, and that's because performances traditionally occurred in religious contexts. And two, New Mexican plays are filled with comedy. And that's because way back in the 1960s, the United Farm Workers Union would put on satirical skits for workers striking in the field. So I knew if I wanted to write a New Mexican play, well, I should write a musical comedy. And I did. The only thing missing was the plot. And for that, I turned to the archives of the living. I interviewed my grandparents. Now, not only did these stories inspire the plot of my play, but being with them as they shared these memories actively created new ones. And that is what is so special about my thesis. I wrote about history, but in gathering Latinx actors from across the Boston community to perform my play, I also created a historical moment in telling and retelling our stories. We have the ability to both preserve and create community. What's more important than that?